Our chalice lighting words come from the Reverend Brian Keeley. In times of darkness, we stumble toward the tiny flame. In times of cold, we seek the warming fire. In times of repression, we reach for the lamp of truth. In times of loss, we pray for the comforting light. In times of joy, we light a candle of celebration. Spirit of life, as we kindle this light, help us find what we need this day.
Con espíritu de reverencia, reconocemos que nos juntamos en la tierra de los Kumeyaay. Al encender esta vela, reafirmamos nuestro compromiso de cultivar relaciones significativas con los habitantes de esta tierra y de trabajar juntos por la justicia y la equidad. In a spirit of reverence, we acknowledge that we gather on the land of the Kumeyaay. As we light this candle, we affirm our commitment to cultivate meaningful relationships with the people of this land and to work together for justice and equity.
I invite you to rise, embody your spirit, and join us singing Joy in the Morning.
Good morning. And welcome to the First Unitarian Universalist Church of San Diego, where we worship each Sunday in the South Bay, in Hillcrest, and online. Our mission is to create community, nurture spiritual growth, and act on our values to help heal the world. I am Tony Bianca. I use the pronouns he, him, and I serve as your Director of Spiritual Exploration and Worship Arts. If you're visiting, I want to extend a special welcome to you. I invite you to fill out the visitor form in your order of service and return it to the welcome table. If you're joining us online, you can also fill out a visitor form at the link on the live stream page or in the YouTube service description. We would love to connect with you. If you've been coming for a while and are starting to feel like this is your spiritual home, consider becoming a member of this beloved community. If you'd like to explore what it means to be a member or have questions about the membership process, you are invited to meet with Nedra Beckel right here at the front of the meeting house after the service. And Nedra is back there waving her hand, so you know who to look for. Welcome to this space. Bring all of who you are in all the beauty of languages, cultures, and skin tones that come together in your uniqueness. You are welcome here. In all of the ways that you experience and express gender, you are welcome here. In the beauty that is who you love and how you love, you are welcome here. In all the ways you live, move, and experience your embodied self, you are welcome here. With all of the religious and ethical traditions that inform your spiritual life, you are welcome here. Together, may we live into our shared values with love at the center. It is good to be together.
I invite you again to rise in body spirit. Join me singing our church hymn.
May love be the spirit of this church. May the quest for truth be its sacrament and service be its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge and freedom, and to help one another in fellowship. This is our aspiration. Que el amor sea la doctrina de esta iglesia, la búsqueda de la verdad su sacramento y el servicio su oración. Vivir juntos en paz, buscar la verdad con libertad y ayudarnos mutuamente en comunidad. A eso aspiramos.
Today, we recognize those who have chosen to join our spiritual community at First UU San Diego in a formal way. As we welcome them into membership, we are also reaffirming our covenant to one another in this community. Some new members have been active UUs at other congregations. Some have been involved here for a time and are becoming members now, and others have only recently discovered Unitarian Universalism. All have unique stories and bring vital, fresh energy to our congregation. Will the new members please come forward? Laura Bowman, Ethan, and Cora. Mary Briggs, John Kriswicki, and Kathy Tompkins. We also want to name and recognize new members who joined this past year but are not able to be with us for a new member blessing. Vicky Tilton, Tracy Bell, Rebecca Bellingham, Michael Bucci, Corrine Fraser-Kelly, Fritz Gochner, and Darlene Schutte. Now, will the congregation recognize our new members by reading the passage of welcome shown on the screen? To those of you who are now joining our religious community as new members, we extend a warm welcome and our blessing. May the journey we take together nurture and enrich our lives. This congregation offers many blessings to our members, friends, and wider community. We offer a place to worship, to explore your spiritual paths, to be comforted, and to offer comfort, to work toward justice, and to connect to a community of many loving hearts and open minds. To our newest members, we also honor the blessings that you bring to this community with your unique gifts and hopes and life experiences. Now, will the new members please join in reading as the congregation reaffirms its covenant of membership? As members of the First Unitarian Universalist Church of San Diego, we respect the honest truth for truth and meaning in all persons and all religions. We strive to accept differences as opportunities for growth in religious life. We celebrate and honor our common faith with shared commitment to enhance the quality of life for all. I present to you the newest members of the First Unitarian Universalist Church of San Diego.
And while they're receiving their flowers, I would like to invite any children or youth who would like to come up and join them as we lead the congregation in our affirmation. So we're going to stay standing, friends, because we're going to just do the affirmation and then head to groups. Are we ready? We are Unitarian Universalists, a people of open minds, loving hearts, and welcoming hands. Somos unitarios, universalistas, personas de mentes abiertas, corazones amorosos, y manos que dan la bienvenida. And my young friends, you can meet your leaders out on the patio to head to your groups where there are some huge boxes of new toys waiting for you to open. Ooh.
Our lay ministers this morning, these are folks who will make themselves available to you on the patio following worship for anything that might be on your heart, a joy or a sorrow. Our lay ministers this morning are Mary Ann Harper and Elise Ford, and you'll see them wearing the yellow scarves and they're waving. Also, at any time during the service, if you're here on campus, you can light a candle and place it in the trencher as a physical representation of a sorrow or a joy that you might be holding in your heart and wish to share. We do have a congregational meeting today. Some of you may have heard. Following worship, we'll have some enhanced coffee hour snacks for you, so we don't want anyone to be hangry during the meeting. But come back for the meeting after coffee hour. And the indefatigable Dave Hunt is available to lead a tour of the campus. If you want to squeeze that in between worship and the meeting, it's a chance to see some of the many beautiful gems of this beloved campus. And Dave will meet you right up here following the postlude. We also have some joyful news from one of our beloveds who has been off completing his ministerial internship, Isaac Castro, who many of you know graduated, I think, last year from Star King School for the Ministry, and he's now completing his internship. And he wants to share with us before it goes out officially tomorrow that he has a job offer from the UUA. He is going to be their newest Congregational Life Field Staff member in the Pacific Western region, and he will be relocating to the Pacific Northwest for this role, which begins in August. We send our congratulations to Isaac. And now I'd like to invite up Dave Phillips to share our offering words.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. My name is David Phillips, just like she said. And I'm one of the many volunteers at the South Bay Food Pantry. We currently serve more than 500 community members on every Saturday. It's an amazingly coordinated operation that takes place each week. Not only do we provide nutritious food and usually some ice cream for the kids, but we also provide a welcoming place where people are treated with dignity and respect. We sometimes share a laugh together, but there's always smiles and thanks for the services that we provide at the pantry. As a representative of the pantry for the past 6 years, I would like to thank all of you for the support you've provided for the pantry, whether financial, volunteering, or other forms of support. We simply couldn't do it without you. During the month of June, the offering will benefit the South Bay Food Pantry to continue our vital work. We need your financial support, and we're always looking for new volunteers. You can donate cash or check using the donation boxes at the back of the meeting house. You can also text to donate 73256 or scan the QR code on the screen. If you have any questions about the pantry or interested in volunteering, I'll be available outside after the service. Thank you for your generosity, and we sure appreciate your support. And also, while I'm standing back there, there's some extra plums and grapefruit we had from the pantry yesterday. So come talk to me and I'll give you a grapefruit. All right? Or a plum, whatever you'd like. Thanks again for your support. Really appreciate it.
Well, good morning again, friends. I'm not going to invite anybody up to sit down with me because you're going to stay where you are. We're going to do a little ritual that has become sort of a tradition on the day of our annual meeting. We did it last year, and it just seemed so successfully charming that we thought we would do it again this year. So you may have noticed that the title of today's service is Love Notes to the Congregation. And in just a few minutes, you're going to get to hear from us all of the things that we love about this community and you all individually. But first, we're going to give you a chance to express that. So in your orders of service, there should be a big heart. Drew, can you hold yours up? I didn't bring one. There, they all have them. If you do not have one of those hearts, could you wave your hand? And ushers, if you could look for the waved hands and help me bring some hearts down to them. We're going to take 3-ish minutes and give you a chance to write on those hearts what you love about the congregation. At the end of the service, if you bring those out to the receiving line, we will take them from you, and then we have a big board that we'll clip them to. And then, after you go and have a little snack and come back for our annual meeting, you will have a chance to read what everybody else wrote before you come in and talk about what's happened this year and what we're looking forward to in the next years. So I would also say that if you don't want what you have written to be read, make sure you tell me that when you hand it to me, and I won't put it on the board. Otherwise, it will be up there for everybody to read. Does anybody else need a heart? All right, we'll take a few minutes to do that now. So now it's my turn. Why do I love you? So 10 years ago, I moved to San Diego from Baltimore, and it was probably the lowest point in my life. Relationship was ending, life was generally falling apart at the seams, and I just needed a break from my life. I got here, I thought I would spend about a summer here and then go back home to Baltimore and, resume things where they left off. And I quickly found that I liked myself better out here. So I started looking for a little job after 20 years of a teaching career. And on Craigslist, which was a thing at the time, I found this 20-hour-a-week position at First UU San Diego as the program assistant. As you know, I'd grown up Catholic, But the pastor at First UU in Baltimore, David Carl Olson, had said to me once, "You know, Tony, you're a Unitarian, you just don't know it yet." I put that on my resume when I applied for this job. And I found that to be true. I started working here, and I quickly rediscovered the kind of community that I experienced growing up in Locust Point in Baltimore. Just people who genuinely cared for each other, that cared for me, and that they were there to support each other. And even better, they could say out loud the kind of things that as a liberal Catholic, we sort of believed but couldn't say out loud. I loved that the faith here was able to be spoken boldly and matched what I felt in my heart. And slowly, I started to become more and more of myself. I felt like my life got back on track, but more importantly than that, my inner life started to match what I had felt like I always wanted it to be. Also, slowly, you all started giving me more to do. And I loved every minute of it. I say all the time, when people say, "Oh, you do this well, you do that well," I say, look, I call this my little appetizer platter of a career. And what I do here, I get to do a little bit of everything that I truly love. I get to teach a little, I get to talk a little, I get to work with the kids a little, I get to do music a little, and all of that, it doesn't feel like work. Mostly, I love coming here and just being with you. I have a lot of relationships here with people that I feel like nurture and sustain me, maybe in ways that you don't realize. Through the week, I often think about something that happened here, and I feel like it sustains me through the week. So, I love you all. I hope that you love this community as much as I do, and I look forward to many, many more years of being in community with you. And now I'm going to invite you to join in a song that I think expresses that kind of resilience that this community has been for me. And the kids are gone, but there's some motions to this that I think most of you know. So we're just going to stand up, if you would like to, in body or spirit, and sing it together. I've got the patience to inhale, exhale. I've got the energy to sing. I've got the strength to keep on going so I can rise again, rise again. Shooby-dooby-doo-ah-da. Shooby-dooby-doo-ah-da-da-da-da. Shooby-dooby-doo-ah-da. Shooby-dooby-doo-ah-da-da-da-da. Shooby-dooby-doo-ah-da. Shooby-dooby-doo-ah-da-da-da-da. Rise again, rise again. I've got the patience to inhale, exhale. I've got the energy to sing. I've got the strength to keep on going so I can rise again, rise again. I will also just check in, Zane. I'm not sure if that's us or if somebody's hearing aid is going off, but we're getting some feedback.
That is not me.
It is not us. So can you check if you're a hearing aid wearing person to make sure they're turned down and nestled into your ear?
We'll close our eyes. Technology, huh? Yep, there it is. So you might notice I'm standing with the pier that is now a bridge in front of me. We got all the way across. And for the details, you'll have to come back. for the annual meeting to hear the details and to have the celebration, but you can see that we have made it. And I want to tell you a story about one of the wonderful donations that we received. It's not a large donation, but it comes from someone who is still in school full time. He's actually a rising second grader. And I received from him, through his mother, a video message, and I don't have permission to give his name or to show it, but he sent me this beautiful, beautiful message. And what he said was, I love this church, and I like a lot of people in this church, and I've been saving my allowance, and I want to give the church $200. Friends, I believe that represents his life savings. Now, I don't actually recommend that anyone else give their life savings to the church, but I sure appreciate it from this young person. And that has just stayed with me. I have watched that video probably 10 times, and each time I tear up and laugh with delight. And it just feels like such a wonderful emblem of who we are at our best, that we give what we have with joy. And you've heard me talk about generosity enough that you know that that's one of the things I mostly say, right? Give a gift that brings your heart joy, and we will have enough. And that's really the message that I want to share with you today. We have just had this remarkable capital campaign and fund drive. I have never seen the likes of this before. I've been involved in a number of pledge drives and campaigns and things like this. But after giving a donation to Craig, people thanked him. You have a gift of helping people be their most generous selves. And that is such a beautiful ministry. And I just want to honor you and say thank you, Craig, for your work. And I know that you have also felt deeply grateful to be able to share your gifts in this way. People come to church for a lot of different reasons. Often it's because we have a deep need for community. We maybe need care. But we also have gifts and passion and ideas and problem-solving skills that we want to share. And so we come together in community so that we might offer them. And when we're able to do that with love and in concert with each other's gifts, because there's a rub, right? It's not a solo effort, right? It's an orchestra, and sometimes you have to follow the conductor, and sometimes it says 8 measures of solo break, and you can go for it, right? But we have to play together in order to make our most beautiful sound. And I feel like in this year, we have made some joyful and beautiful sounds together. And I just want to express to you my deep gratitude for the way that you have, as Tony said, loved and cared for each other, and for this aching world at this time when it's scary, folks, yeah? Every day brings new ways to just violate all the social norms, and I won't even talk about what's happening as we speak in D.C., though I hear they're expecting rain. And I love that I can just say that and it's understood. And so we have to find a way to hold on and to not let hate come in, right? That hymn that I love, the may nothing evil cross this door. We've got to hold love in and keep hate out. And I'll take that note. Repeat after me. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. My dear ones, here comes the dawn. My dear ones, here comes the dawn. All together now. Hold on. Hold on. My dear ones, here comes the dawn. Will you hold on to each other? Hold on. Hold on. My dear ones, here comes the dawn. Hold on. Hold on. My dear ones, here comes the dawn. Last time through. Hold on. Hold on. My dear ones, here comes the dawn. Amen.
There is so much that I love about the ministry that we do together. I love the ways that we are growing and changing. I've watched us this year open our doors wide in welcome to visitors and new members. Just this church year, we have welcomed 34 adult members, 1 youth member, and 6 children. 42 people of all ages who have embraced this church as their spiritual home, a place to create community and nurture spiritual growth and engage in the essential work of justice making. And what I love is not only that they have found us, but they're bringing their gifts and their wisdom to us, and it's helping us grow and change and become who we are. This year, there was also another big change. South Bay made the move successfully to St. John's. This time last year, oh yes, please. This time last year, we were still struggling with the city to get a conditional use permit. We were uncertain about when we would move and what would happen, and this was the work of so many years and so many people who made this transition possible. Now, all change comes with some grief. There was certainly sadness about leaving our home at 970 Broadway, but I also watched the South Bay community and the pantry embrace a new chapter, a chapter rooted in partnership that helps us to fulfill our mission more sustainably. One of my highlights of the year was our welcome celebration in the fall. The entire room was just filled with people from Hillcrest and South Bay, from St. John's and the pantry, 80 of us coming together to celebrate who we've been, and to dream who we will be in Chula Vista. I can proudly say that the pantry and the worship community are now running smoothly, and they are thriving in their beautiful new home at St. John's. So I love that we are growing and we're changing, and I also love that we care for one another along the way. I think about all of the times one of you listened to someone when they had a joy or a sorrow and accompanied them in that moment. I think about all the people who offer rides and help us loan medical equipment and write cards and make phone calls when they know someone is struggling. I think about our lay ministers who facilitate support groups and connect people who have shared struggles and help them to strengthen their resilience. How we come together to honor our beloveds when they die through candles of life and celebrations of life. We can't take the suffering or the struggle away, but through all of this, we are reminded that we are not alone. That as hard as this moment might be, we have each other. I think one of the ways that we care for each other is also by sharing our wisdom with each other. I've been especially moved to hear people share about the role wisdom circles play in their lives, coming together in small groups for people to share about their insights and their questions on deep spiritual issues. I've loved that in the summers we've embraced lay-led worship services, hearing more voices and perspectives and lived experiences from the pulpit. That we embrace religious education for all ages. We offered our whole lives this year. UU Seniors continues to help us grow and learn. We started second hour programs, offering things like UU History and the Peace Garden. We create a space for spiritual practice and nourishment, like meditation and yoga and the Asahi group. We are truly, as Unitarian Universalists, on a search for truth and meaning, and we're learning and growing more because we are doing it together. I love our capacity for joy and play. Maybe it's because the world has felt so broken this year, but I've noticed this palpable joy in the community. There's a certain kind of energy on Sunday mornings, a hum in the room of excitement, of being together in a shared space. Our music ensembles have created some absolutely moving and transcendent music. We've embraced multi-generational experiences like our Thanksgiving dinner church and our no rehearsal nativity play and our solstice celebration. Every Sunday, I watch our children run around this campus like they own it. It is beautiful, my friends. And for me, nothing beat the play that happened at my installation as your associate minister. When Tony, when Tony led us in a garden groove and we scattered the seeds and watered the plants, when we made these commitments and this laughter and this joy and this singing, and then we went out and we had ice cream and we danced together. One of my favorite moments was I stood on the receiving line. You know, many people wanted to say congratulations and hug me and share a memory. So I did all these beautiful moments of connection. I thought I was as filled up as I could possibly be. And then I turned around, and there were like 12 or 15 children breakdancing on the dance floor. And I thought, this is amazing. This is church, right? This is church. This is who we are and who we want to be. I can proudly say the joy is alive in this congregation. And I love the ways that we are working for justice. With so much violence and oppression in our communities, we have met this moment in powerful ways. Our volunteers go every single week down to the federal building to offer accompaniment at immigration hearings and ICE check-ins. We advocate with our elected officials and testify at county supervisors meetings with partners like San Diego Organizing Project. We march to demand no kings. We danced our way through the Pride Parade, celebrating the beauty of the LGBTQ community and fighting for full and equal rights for our beloveds. We've witnessed for immigrant justice in a procession in Barrio Logan. We showed up for the Islamic Center of San Diego in the aftermath of violence. We continue to educate and advocate about the devastating violence in Palestine. We share our offering each week with local partners working here in San Diego to help create the beloved community. Our youth and our young adults have led the way with the Burrito Project, and some of our youth are helping create support bags for people experiencing homelessness. And our largest justice ministry, every week, we distribute food and diapers to hundreds of families, and we build relationships with our neighbors in Chula Vista. I could not be more proud of the work that we are doing together to live our faith and our values as Unitarian Universalists in this time. It is my great joy to serve as your associate minister and to help co-create this beautiful and meaningful ministry. It is awesome to see our community thriving in so many ways, welcoming new members, living our values, creating a culture of care, generously giving towards our future, nourishing each other's spirits. As I look to the coming year, I am just full of anticipation. What will we discover together? Who will we welcome in? What new ways will we find to spread love and justice in our community? I can't wait to find out. Blessed be.
So let us rise, embody your spirit, and sing our closing hymn, Lead with Love by Melanie DeMore. You gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. You gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Don't give up hope. Don't give up hope. You're not alone. You're not alone. Don't you give up. Don't you give up. Keep moving on. You gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. You gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. From your eyes, you didn't say. Come ahead, the path is there. You gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. You gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. And lead with love. And lead with love.
Let us go forth into this day, into this week, into this year, leading with love. Let us lead with love in our lives, in our church, and in our wider communities. Blessed be and go in joy and love.